She knows about business. She has a line called Bedroom Candy.
Yes.
It's so successful.
Yes,
yeah.
the vibrators.
Yes.
And other things.
I've participated in the product, and I think she's so talented.
I participated in the product, but the product's participated in me.
Yeah.
My next guest knows Hollywood. Well, I know Hollywood for ugly people, which is Washington, D.C., which is a mean way to talk about a city when you think about it. They're also poor dressers. Here to discuss the two, straight from the famous tent. Oh, the famous tent. I thought it was the tent full of celebrities. You know what I mean? Straight from the famous tent. Straight from the famous tent. And the new host of the Great American Baking Show, please welcome Casey Rose Wilson. Hi. Thanks for being here. It's a mess today.
Thanks for having me. Hi.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Say hello, you animals.
Hello.
You greet our guests.
Say hello to me.
We have company.
Do not ignore me.
Don't get it to fucking together.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, these are the rudest 300 people I've ever
never seen anything like it.
It's unbelievable.
I hate them all.
Yeah. Just busload after busload of quiet freaks. So, You've joined the Bake Off universe.
Yes, I have.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, is way cooler than joining the Marvel universe or the Suicide Squad universe.
Thank you. I completely agree. It's the only mild-mannered, dignified reality show we have where there's no, money prize. It's just a cake stand.
It's just a cake stand.
It's so gentle.
I can't believe they get away with it.
I know. It feels wrong, but it's very right.
I have a question.
Well, please.
We had a debate. We had a legitimate debate earlier today. The debate was this. How soft are Paul Hollywood's hands?
Soft.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
No, I know he was needing that bread for a period of time in his life.
That's literally the exact, that was the exact place we went to. A lot of bread kneading, but still soft.
They're like a meaty hand, a meaty soft hand.
Yeah. Thank you. Honestly, it's nice to hear that confirmed.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
That was the consensus. The consensus that it would be meaty but soft despite all the kneading. Not to denigrate the amount of kneading.
It's never to denigrate it.
No, tons of kneading.
No one's denigrating it.
No,
it's
but just a lot of oil.
Exactly.
It's a lot of oil. It's supple.
Right. A lot of proofing or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of proofing. Yeah, you know what proofing is.
No, I didn't know anything about cooking. I was saying the words like I was reading them phonetically. I was like, work on your ganache. And everyone's like, it's ganache. It kept coming up to me, but look, it is what it is.
Did some of the ganache...
They can't change it.
Because sometimes if you do the ganache right, it's shiny. But if you do it wrong, it's not.
It's not shiny. These are the kinds of things you have to, you'll see on the show.
Hey, do you think that the handshake's gotten out of hand? Like it's like a...
too many?
There's too many. Because when I first started watching the Bake Off, it was like, holy shit, it's a handshake. Yeah. Now it's like... He's throwing out a lot of handshakes.
I only saw him give one this whole season, but then he had to give one in the celebrity one because the American celebrities they needed that. Needed it. But that was on them, I think, not on Paul.
I know. And I agree. And I think the right thing to do in that situation is to give them the handshake because you can't wean these people off of approval on the day.
No, and I want to say it was really fun filming with a bunch of stand-ups who had a camera on them at all times. It felt, I'm just kidding, it was horrible. They didn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you think so?
For 1 second.
Right, no, that checks out because these are a group of people that are animals, human animals.
Human trash.
That they're on 24 hours a day. Yes. They're on in the shower. They're on in their dreams. So when the camera's on.
And not just one, sometimes 2 or 3 right here.
No, I know. And and I do think comedians are like teenagers in the sense that you run into 1, they're harmless. 3, you get nervous. 6 or 7, you're crossing the street.
They were screaming at me at points. I was like, 30 minutes left, Bakers. They're like, shut the fuck up. I was like, oh my God. It was terrifying.
Oh no.
I know. It was scary. Joel McHale leading the pack.
It's like sort of a good rule of thumb, which is I don't want to see chefs do jokes, and I don't want to eat something made by Joel McHale.
It's, by the way, very true. I got into that gingerbread man.
I can't think of a group of people less inclined to know what they're doing around the kitchen than stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
People that have just been eating just cold chicken tenders from that have been around
That's right.
before they go home. Just people that make meals of just
or like are just taking Ozempic. Like no one's even making
oh, and
food.
even that. Yeah, no, that's true.
I will say, like, it was different to see. You know, I think Paul was surprised when he saw Joel with his shoes and socks off and his feet up on his baking table. You know, these are things you don't see normally on the Great British Bake Off.
No, you normally see just like a sweet gay plumber. You know, just with a little dream.
Yes, a grandmother who was a public school teacher who just wants to make like a little something.
Yeah. Every single person cute, no one hot. That's what you want. And
That's
you don't
right.
want to see they're not supposed to be.
I'm going to stop you right there though.
Hit me.
There's a guy on this season that is so hot. He was military, gorgeous.
Yeah.
They were like, enough. Like, we can't do every bit where you're like trying to have sex with this guy. He's like very Christian, and I would like pop up like in between his legs and his pants. I'm like, stop. The Bake Off doesn't have that flavor.
Can you just talk to me about the temperature in the tent?
Perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect. Not only that, at 3 p.m., bunnies appear out of nowhere where they film, and they're just surrounding the tent.
So it's like enchanted.
It's enchanting.
Wow.
Yeah, they filmed Mary Poppins there.
Wow.
Yeah.
All of it?
I don't know. I'm sure. Someone said that. Maybe like bits and pieces. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mary Poppins.
Yeah. I think they did that Jolly Holiday with the part no one likes there. Did you like that part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like every fucking part of Mary Poppins.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was the part we all agreed. It was like, ugh.
I don't agree.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you have any other secret? We didn't. You know what? We don't even need these cards. I just want to hear more about being on the Great American Bake Off.
Oh my God.
What a dream.
What a dream. Paul Hollywood is so cute.
And that's his real given name, Hollywood. Isn't that insane?
Name. When I first started, I'm like, it's kind of sad he's named himself this. Like, it does feel
feels
a bit
embarrassing.
sad. Yeah.
It feels embarrassing.
Yes.
And he's like, should I use a stage name like Greenberg or something?
Then I just felt like, oh God, he made this horrible choice. And then it stuck, and this is embarrassing. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, of course he didn't. He's a cool guy and would never do that.
Yeah. Any other secrets from the tent?
Oh my God, secrets from the tent. Well, they have incredible bakers, real bakers that are there, you know, when they do like the real cake corner and stuff, and they just pass it out all the time to you. So you're just sitting there. Then the producers have the nerve to, every time someone bakes, they take little pieces and put it in a to-go box, and it's sitting in my trailer right when I'm ready to leave.
They give you to go? They give you the food to go?
Yes.
And you take it?
Of course I take it. Of course. It's just like a little bit. It's so considerate. They're like, we thought you might want to taste all the bakes, because you know the hosts aren't supposed to taste them.
What?
You know when we go around,
Yeah,
like,
you don't taste them all?
Well, the hosts aren't like typically supposed to, but I did. I was like, what am I? I don't
What's
have
gonna happen?
a
You get
mouth?
arrested
What
by
am
the-
I, a ghost?
Is the
I'm
police
here.
going to come?
Thank you.
I don't understand. Why couldn't? Because you made impartial? This isn't the
like
Olympics.
Paul and Prue are doing their thing. And I just said to Paul, I brought a fork with me to all the stations. And I said, I'm breaking ground here. I'm breaking the ceiling, the baking
You know what?
ceiling.
Because... And that's so important.
Thank you.
You know,
And it
the
is.
highest, hardest baking ceiling. Well,
That's
it's
right.
soft because of the tent, but still.
Yeah, that's right. Someone has to do it, and I'm honored
So
to
they
have
don't
been the
normally-
one.
Right, they don't normally let you taste it.
No.
Just Paul and Prue.
Just those two motherfuckers.
Because I guess, and then because why? You're not supposed to express
I
your
think
opinion?
it's, you're supposed to like give a little joke at the end, and they're, you know, the learned, I mean, they are quite, you know, she's a dame and they know about baking.
Well, they know about making things, but we all know about eating things.
Thank
There's
you.
no, I mean, like, I don't believe that. Well, you're you know, we've been
literally
all eating the same.
said that. I'm like, I've eaten before. Please.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're no.
Yeah.
Only I know how to taste cake. Shut up, Paul Hollywood. We all know how to taste cake. Does he
That's
drive
right.
a Lamborghini?
Yes, he has
That's
like
wild.
17 cars. He has the Batmobile one, whatever that is. Again, I'm saying I only know little bits and bobs of things.
I met Kandi Burruss.
Where?
I had her on the show in Atlanta.
Really?
It was
Isn't
wild.
She wonderful?
She's so cool,
Yeah.
so charismatic, just effervescent, just charisma coming at your face.
There's only like 2 housewives in the like whole history of housewives who are genuinely talented, and she's one of them.
Really?
No, I'm being misunderstood. I could not love these
No, you
glorious
love them.
monsters more. I love them with all my heart, but I mean talent. Like she came in with like talent, you know,
Yeah, there was
real talent. I mean, she's a
like-
songwriter and
Yes, and just like also what I appreciated, just like a fucking pro.
yes,
Like she didn't know what the show was. She can't, surprise, Kandi Burruss didn't know what this was.
Right. She didn't know what all these papers are on the ground.
And she just like, this is what I'm here to do. And I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna figure it out on stage. And she had a really good time with us. And then we were selling shoes. We were doing a crooked shoe.
Yeah.
And I was selling the shoe. And she looked at me with such disgust in her eyes and said, if you're selling the shoe, why aren't you wearing the shoe?
Okay, that's business. That's business.
And she was right. Jordan, who runs a lot of the marketing for Crooked, is like, yeah, you should have been wearing the fucking shoe. Kandi Burruss is correct.
She's so correct.
And
How dare you try to sell it?
It was stupid. I felt
wearing it.
Humiliated because it was true. You don't feel humiliated when someone's wrong. When someone insults you and they're wrong, you feel mad.
Yep.
When someone insults you and they're right, you feel so sad.
So upset.
That's how you know if it's true or not.
You knew it rang true.
Right. Or how it's true to you, because you can hate yourself and believe things that aren't true. But if you believe it, then you'll feel sad. If you don't believe it, then you'll feel mad. It's the true ones that get you.
That's right. And she knows about business. She has a line called Bedroom Candy.
Yes.
It's so successful.
Yes. The vibrators.
Yes.
And other things.
I've participated in the product, and I think she's so talented.
I participated in the product, but the products participated in me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
You know?
Yeah.
And then,
we participated with each other.
Right.
My normal. Oh. See, now you're consulting the cards. You were like, we don't need them. We'll just talk.
You brought up sex toys, and I shut down.
I know. I did too, even though I was doing the one that let it. I don't know.
The cards are gone.
The cards are gone.
What about, we were talking on Terminally Online about a show we do about there's someone involved in the Housewife franchise who somehow had some sort of incestuous thing go on.
Yes, that's right.
There's like a stepson and a brother and a father or something.
Allow
at
me
a church.
to take it over for you. So there's a woman who is a pastor. I'm looking out at Matt Rogers. He's out there, and we both love Housewives so much. She's a pastor, and unfortunately she is married to her grandfather.
Right
now, it is a step grandfather.
You know, the first time I heard it,
still just not great. Everyone's always like, "Oh no, it's step grandpa." It's like
no,
that's not good.
So I want you to know that because I've heard this before. The first time I heard it, someone said married to their grandfather, and I went, "Ugh," and then they said step, and I went, "Ugh," and then I went, "Wait."
Yeah.
And so this time I didn't react. My eyes stayed fucking dead because I know it's because I was already ready for how bad the real thing was.
Yeah.
Not as even though there is a worse thing. There are things that are bad even though there's a worse thing.
There's a worse thing, but this is still pretty bad.
Yeah. There's that clip.
It's not ideal.
There's that clip where she's like, "Sorry, I'm late. Someone died," and then like they fell out of a sunroof, and it's like, oh, I don't believe that happened.
She goes, "I'm so sorry. Someone flew out of a sunroof, and she landed somewhere in a neighborhood." The look on the little girl's face who's listening to it.
And it was such an unnecessary lie. It was like, "Sorry, I'm 3 minutes late," or "Forgot the carrots" or something. A woman flew out of a sunroof
but
and
it was
died.
like it was so unclear. It's like, do you know that person? Is that were they in your way? You know what had happened?
Yeah, it had the vagueness of a real lie.
Yeah, yet oddly specific enough.
Yes.
That it was too specific.
It was too specific. Flew out of the sunroof.
Out of the sunroof, landed in a neighborhood.
In a neighborhood.
And then there's a little girl watching. She goes, "Is she alive?" And she goes, "No."
And this is what happens in these shows all the time.
Exactly. That's why I love these women. You know, and I said that Kandi is the only talented one, but that woman's very talented for that story. I mean, that's as entertaining as anything.
And just if people missed it, this is a pastor.
That's right.
Of a church.
Yes.
With a flock of parishioners.
And who, you know, there's some, we don't know what's going on with her there. There's some trouble.
There's financial shenanigans afoot.
Yes, things are afoot.
There's confusing
A lot of times with Housewives, though, if I don't see it, because they don't show that part, I just put some blinders on and I choose to ignore what's going on in that church.
Right. You don't.
It's bad.
You don't deal with the outer. You don't deal with things in the canon. You're like someone who's seen the Star Wars movies, but you don't watch the cartoons or the books or the games.
That's absolutely
And they're not
right.
part of your story that you're telling.
It's not part of what I'm watching.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I didn't
and it's
see
art. And it's art. And so
it's
this is a piece of
absolutely
art,
art.
and you interpret this piece of art however you want, and that's a true. It's not up
and
to the authors.
you may be free to do however you want.
Exactly. You see this as you can interpret it.
I don't see the MLM scheme that is her church. So
yeah.
Maybe you do. Not
Right.
me.
And what is an MLM scheme if not a club that works for a little bit for a couple people
Yeah.
and then gets out of hand?
That's right.
You know?
That's
People throw this term pyramid scheme around and it's like, okay, but
you want them to be more judicious with it.
yeah, I just think it's an awful slur. And you know, my friend sold
To the
Cutco.
products?
Yeah.
Okay. To the leggings.
It's not the Cutco knife's fault.
Right. Right.
Getting to wrap it up. All right. I threw away the card. Wait, so and where the great American?
Yes, the Great American Bake Off is on Roku, and the holiday celebrity special is out.
It's out right now.
It's out.
It's out right now. We can see Joel McHale's feet.
We can see them. No, and I love Joel. I loved all of them in small doses, you know.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
And they're cooking in very small doses.
Yeah. Cool thing is, even if it doesn't taste good to you, the audience at home doesn't get to taste any of it.
That's right.
What was the worst thing you tasted? What was the thing that just who is a comedian that just absolutely fucking crashed into the mountain?
On this show?
Yeah.
You know, well, he's not a comedian, but the basketball player DeAndre Jordan made a vegan cake. And now that was just, I think he didn't have the proper, he had to make it with applesauce. Lovely person. But I think that one was tough.
Now, but this is what I sometimes don't understand when I'm watching the show, which is why I'm asking. Is it not good in the sense that you've had better cake? Is it not good in the sense that like, oh, I don't care for this? Or is it not good in the sense that I need to go off camera and spit this out because this isn't cake, this is something else?
So the real contestant, they don't even call them contestants in London. It's so dignified. The bakers.
The bakers. They're simply bakers.
The bakers are all so great that even if it's not their best, it's very good, which is wonderful. The celebrities were so terrible. And the best is that, you know, in the like main season, they all have 27 ingredients and it's this and it's followed with that. They was like, and here's Ego Nordum's red velvet cake. And they didn't have one other thing to say because everyone was making the most basic.
They're like, yeah, Joel McHale has made a lovely French onion dip. It's
Phoebe
a recipe.
Robinson's brownies. Yeah. And it wasn't even like with chocolate chips. It was like, that's too much for them. But it is hysterical. It's truly awesome. So funny, the show.
All right, everybody check it out. Give it up for Casey Rose Wilson, everybody.
Thank you.